Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for April 29th, 2025. We've got an all Plunder Kingdom and we've got Shaman. Rush Shaman just off the bat looks like a thing we're probably going to want to do and immediately put an estate into our own stack. But let's see, what else have we got? Pickaxe for loot gaining, although it is a little bit like with Shaman on the board, it is a little bit awkward, right? Because you're going to be putting relatively stronger cards into the trash in order to be able to get loot off of it. But that is the other source of trashing in addition to Shaman, and then I guess potentially Prize Goat, of course. Draw wise, so there's Landing Party. I don't know if there's likely to be any Landing Party tricks here, but at the very least, this being such a treasure heavy kingdom, top decking landing parties, now and then should be doable if nothing else. We've also got Figurine. I don't know just how I feel about that. It might work. Might be able to make use of that. Pendant could actually be worth quite a bit as well. So pendant worth a coin per different treasure you have in play. And if you have a whole bunch of loot in play and you like King's Cash a pendant, it's potentially a lot, but it might also not be worth going to the trouble though, like because you might have, be more concerned about your draw than your payload. I don't know. We've also got looting, which first of all is a source of payload. Second of all, I swear this is like AI. Look at this hand. Like, what is happening here? I don't know. Anyway. So another source of loot there, and then there's also Cutthroat. So you don't necessarily need Pickaxe to get loot. Of course, Pickaxe being a trasher is also nice, but if you're only going to use it to just as like a regular trasher, it might as well just be Shaman. Shaman's more flexible. The only downside that Shaman really has relative to Pickaxe is that if you draw it with Figurine, you can't play it, though you can discard it for coin and a buy, so still not too bad. Right. So yeah, I think this gotta be Rush Shaman. We trash an estate, we give them an estate immediately, and we probably take another Shaman as the next turn. And now we get to trigger a shuffle before they get to do the same thing. So now we could rush another Shaman. Let's see, we've got Shaman, 2 estate, 3 copper down there, so we might be able to do it next turn. We might also not. Might make more sense to just take a landing party here. I mean, I don't know if we want 4 Shaman in the deck that quickly. I mean, it might not be bad, but we're already trashing a card this turn, so the rush part isn't necessarily helping unless like they see Shaman here, which, I mean, I guess the odds are that they will. But oh no, wait, we don't have the 4 without. Yeah, never mind. It doesn't even matter. Okay, right. So yeah, never mind. Yeah, I think we just get the landing party. Okay, bottom deck the other Shaman. Not cool. Not cool. Do we want a silver? I mean, if we do end up getting a pendant, silver's fine. I really would have. Yeah, I really would have preferred to see that other shaman. Hmm. Bottom deck the estate. If we had, that would have been just really nice to be able to hit 4 and rush another shaman and trash. Well, I guess no. Wait. Again, we wouldn't have been able to actually. Never mind. It still would have been better to trash another card, obviously, but wouldn't have been able to do the rush thing. So that makes me wonder, actually, if we should get another shaman. I mean, even if we just had 4 coins here, I guess could do the rush shaman thing again and trash the state. But nah, maybe. I mean, we just wait until we can do the rush thing again. Yeah, let's get a silver. All right, let's get another landing party. I think having all the landing parties we possibly can has to be a good idea. Damn it! Really? That. Bottom deck the shaman and only hit 3 here. This is terrible. Oh my god. Oh. We just need to take a shaman then. If we could just rush here, that'd be so much better. Awful, awful, awful. We just need to not see one of these estates. I get the pickaxe. I think I want a cutthroat. Oh man, 3 again. Oh. Take 1 more silver. I guess so. Ugh. Really like to get to my pickaxe before all that. I mean, not pickaxe, cutthroat. All right, we're gonna get another landing party. It's kind of remarkable that we haven't had any all treasure hands to like get any landing parties back. Should we just take the landing party? It would be nice to get the cutthroat back. We take a pendant. That'll be pretty solid. Yeah, let's just do that, I guess. Even if all we see is copper silver, it'll be good enough for us to do something useful with it. Hammer. Oh well. Alright, now I am going to take the last landing party. Tools. How do we feel about that? I need to get some plus buy. We could take abundance, I guess. Tools doesn't necessarily seem amazing unless or until we can get a king's cash. Even then, I don't know. But I'll take an abundance. Maybe we'll just leave abundances in play too. I don't know. We just need to buy looting. Or should we buy like figurine? We could buy rush just on the off chance that we get spell scroll. What would we do with that? I don't know. Gain another cutthroat, maybe? Well, we've already played the cutthroat this turn. Yeah, I don't even know what we would do with that. Yeah, I think it's figurine. Staff? Alright. One of these days, we are going to top deck these landing parties, but doesn't make sense to do it here. Skip the trash. Trash is spell. Oh, but that we can't gain spell scroll from the trash. Oh, we can gain landing party though. Take that. Do we want a tools? Yeah, maybe. We do have figurine in our deck now. One of these days, we're going to top deck our landing parties. It'll be great. Alright, this has just got to be more figurine. We do have a plus buy in our deck now. That's really obnoxious. We just keep taking figurines, although the piles are getting low, but we could lead figurine here and figure we can either discard it, or if we see staff, discard the shaman, I mean, or if we see staff, we can. Oh, damn it. Or we just discard the shaman. Nah. I'd rather discard the copper, I think. But oh. If we find the staff, are we going to prefer to shaman or landing party? Oh, the figurine is gonna draw landing parties off the top. Oh, god damn it. That's not a synergy. Oh man, we can't play this other figurine. Can we? Lose 2 landing parties? I don't think so. I think we just take a King's Cash here. Another abundance. Oh, we could actually get a province? I think I'm gonna take the King's Cash. Really. I don't know. I feel like I need to try to have a bigger turn here. We gain Shaman. That's gonna set off our abundance. How do we feel about that? It's probably fine. All right, gain another figurine. There is some serious anti-synergy with the tool or the landing parties, but it's like it's still overall best card to get, I think. We didn't see our pendant here. Gain the loot first, I guess. Don't think I want to top deck that. It is pretty good, but I don't think I want to top deck anything because for one thing, I want to trigger a shuffle without having to put some crap in it. Do we just go double province or do we take like another King's Cash? Or two more King's Caches. Piles are low. They don't have tools. They don't have abundance. They do have a fair amount of loot. You can't like see. Oh, they have. I know they have a shield. They trashed a spell scroll. Oh, right. They have a chalice. They have a figurehead. They have the insignia. Sextant. They have the sword. We did just attack them. I do kind of want to get the King's Cash. Because we're about to trigger a shuffle. Oh my god. And then this is our turn. Alright, we're not playing the shaman. We are not. I think we just actually go ahead and take a duchy here. If I had one more coin, I'd consider Rush Cutthroat. But and that was such a bad turn to get there. Why are they buying copper? Why are they buying 3 copper? That's wild. Wait. Oh, there's nothing for me to gain. Fascinating. Okay, so first of all, is it even worth junking them, or do we want to just save the shaman to discard to figurine? Second of all, do we want a King's Cash figurine, or do we want a King's Cash? I mean, it would be really good to draw the pendant. Would be really good to draw the pendant. We can staff the cutthroat if we can find it. 12 cards left in their deck. I don't think it's worth it to try to attack them. I mean, not attack them, to junk them. I think we do end actions. Oh, we have the pendant. Okay. So we should King's Cash that. We can King's Cash figurine twice. Oh, is that going to be better? Oh, we're also going to get to top deck the landing. No, that's not how that works. Never mind. We did play them this turn. Okay. If we can find the other King's Cash with figurine, yeah, I think we go King's Cash Sextant figurine. All right. So obviously we're discarding these 4. Do we want to keep the insignia? We really want to find that other King's Cash. We're not going to have that many cards to do it. I think we discard the insignia too. Okay. Now keeping the abundance with the hammer on hand could make sense, although I mean, we do kind of want to see a silver for pendant. Abundance is similar. Yeah, I guess we can keep. Probably not the silver. We saw. This is the last silver in our deck. So if we want to see a silver, it is worth 3 coins. Abundance is worth like 4 potentially. And maybe we should keep it. Okay. And then the tools, we probably want the tools. Or do we? Maybe we don't. It's only worth 1 coin with the pendant. Tools could be if like what I want to do is win the game this turn, if that wasn't clear. And for that, we need 4 provinces gets us to 27, and then a duchy to 30, and then an estate to 31. The hammer can gain the estate. The tools could gain the shaman. Well, we don't actually have a shaman in play, though, do we? Yeah. All right, maybe not then. Okay, so now let's see these on the top. All right, so that's 3 of those, and then we go. We could also triple the hammer and get 3 estates, or like shaman double estate, and then we activate abundance as well. So that's worth keeping in mind. Anyway, figurine. We might as well go ahead and discard this. Actually, that's not. No, we shouldn't discard it. Well, but we might. Yeah, there might be an We're gonna trigger a shuffle. I don't think we actually are. Well. Okay, we just drew a bunch more. I guess. Yeah, actually, I guess we are, but I think it's fine anyway. We just want to maximize this thing. All right, so 1 more King's Cash. Oh, I just realized the problem with the the king's cashing the pendant, we won't be able to get the other stuff into play in time. Maybe it's fine. If we go... Well, we could have tools to King's Cash. I should have thought about that. I guess we could hammer a tools, but I guess either way, we're not likely to actually be able to cycle around and find it. We have enough buys to do what we need anyway. So getting the most money... So, like, King's Cash Independent even before, like, the other stuff goes down. But it means we should have discarded the silver. All right. Do we want to... Do we want to do another figurine? I guess probably not. We probably just go staff, hammer, pendant. Yeah, so it turns out that I was supposed to play the copper back here, and I just didn't think about that. That would... It definitely did not maximize my money here. Which could be a problem, right? It could cost me the game, honestly. Well, the awkward thing about doing the hammer first is then we end up with like triggering a shuffle with estates in the deck. But we do get an extra bunch of coins, so we probably need to do it that way. So I guess we're gonna triple play. But we don't get the... We're not gonna have the abundance in play, so there's no point in hammering for an action card either. We might as well just hammer for 3 estates. Okay. Unless we want to, like I said, triple play figurine again. Well, okay. We should think about... So right now, pendant is going to be worth... So you have King's Cash, Sextant, figurine, hammer, staff, pendant. So it's going to be worth 12 coins to play the pendant 2 additional times. Because it goes from 6 and then 12, 18. If we don't triple play the pendant, then it'll be worth a King's Cash, Sextant, figurine, copper, silver, abundance, hammer, staff, pendant, 9. So we get 9 marginal coins from 9 coins playing pendant at the end to 18 triple playing it. We only get 6 coins from triple playing like another loot. So it seems unlikely. Triple playing a figurine means you draw 4 cards. It seems unlikely that that's going to give us 9 coins either. So I think we do go with that. So 3 times staff, 3 times hammer, boop, 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 3 times pendant. I think we already have the win in any case, despite the screw up here. Yeah, and we even have like extra stuff from abundance, like we can multiply our money with buying a shaman here. The mega turn. Yeah. I was worried that it wouldn't come together. I'm glad I stuck to the plan. We ended up with 8 coppers? Man. We had a bunch of shamans too, but I guess we never really... I mean, this is hard to thin here, but... We did gain all 4 of these estates. So I guess we were actually net thinned out, like, and the AI had all the starting estates. It had more copper, but that's because it bought copper. Yeah, we did do more thinning. We also like I feel pretty validated about the pickaxe thing. Like the silver that we got is one thing, but we got a landing party out of it. This kind of a big deal. And we got loot from Cutthroat. And did we buy looting at some point? I think we did. But yeah, I'm I'm glad I stuck out the sort of Megaturn thing. It's like it worked out pretty well, even though I misplayed it. How much more would we have had if we had done this correctly? So like here, I think not playing the shaman, that part was fine. But the question is, would it be correct to play a figurine before? I think it would. I think King's cashing the sextant makes a lot of sense. But the staff, that's where it's like, okay, we our last King's cash, hitting the staff isn't like that important, and that it's specifically staff anyway. Yeah, I think we would play figurine, do that. And now we only have one figurine, so it's like, okay, we gotta I'm gonna play a copper here. But then the other copper doesn't matter, but then I think you gotta go King's cash, King's cash. You're trying to find the other King's cash again. I was saying drawing 4 cards off a figurine isn't likely to give you more than 9 coins, but how likely is it to give you at least 6 coins? Probably not that likely in general. Like, you gotta find... If you're finding copper, you're not getting there, obviously. I mean, I guess if you're finding copper... Well, no. Like, if you're finding copper action cards, you're not getting there. If you're finding silver, you might get there. If you find a loot, you probably get there. So it's like... Maybe it is still correct to hold the staff. Yeah, it's... I guess, yeah, well, I mean, obviously it'll only be 3 more coins if all we do is have a copper in play. No silver. Yeah, I mean, you could roll the dice playing this figurine just by itself, but that seems like a terrible idea. So yeah, I think it was actually... We were pretty close to being correct about the sequencing anyway. And then... So you actually don't want the silver because you're not going to get it into play in front of Pendant anyway. Insignia, also same thing. I mean, it is better than some of the other stuff we found down there, but I mean, I guess you could argue, knowing what we know about the contents of the deck from having looked at it before, you could argue, yeah, leave Insignia on top because it's, you know. In fact, I guess if we knew that, there would be no reason not to play staff first, because you can just triple play the Insignia, and like you don't need the buys, so who cares? Yeah, I certainly wasn't tracking my deck well enough to remember that, but I could have done. Like, obviously I hadn't seen Insignia this shuffle, and I know I have an Insignia, so yeah, let's do that. Let's go staff into play. And we can play the shaman, but discarding it to figurine is like... I guess all that does is give us a buy. Okay. But then why didn't we just play the shaman in the first place? I don't know. I guess in the first place I was worried about buys, and then in the end it was like, oh, it didn't matter. Anyway. I guess the abundance was actually useful. but whatever. So then we go insignia, hammer, doop, pendant. Now look how much money we have. Fewer buys, but oh, but then we have insignia. Oh, okay, it's right. It's not going to prompt for that. Oh, we did. We couldn't even use up all our buys. I think we actually ended up with fewer points this way. Maybe if we hadn't played the shaman that one point with the staff. I mean, the idea is like you remove a card from the shuffle, like before you trigger it. But yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, enough messing around. That was, yeah. I think. I'm trying to think if, like, could I have lost this game with this approach? I feel like yes, I could have. Like, if my deck doesn't go off for like one more turn and the AI can buy another province or two, it's at least a lot harder to get enough points. Maybe, probably still possible with the turn that I had, but yeah, I'm so. Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I am glad that I stuck out the sort of like, I wasn't necessarily expecting that big of a mega turn, but like the like let's build big and try to have like a really big turn. I guess I was more thinking of it as going to be multiple big turns, but not as big. But you know, obviously this works. But I could see it. I could see it losing depending on the specifics. And the AI's approach of just like, just get some loot and then buy some provinces, I don't know, is not unreasonable, I think. Yeah. It is weird to be in like a thing where you're only one pickaxe was gained on this kingdom. Like normally pickaxe is really strong in a kingdom like this, but with shaman, I don't know. It's like, it's not just that you're passing like a better card to your opponent, but you're also not passing them a bad card necessarily. The landing party in particular, big deal there. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.